excuse. All right, we are live. Well, welcome to the show, Demian Rugna. Am I saying that correct? Demian Rugna?
You could improve it, but it's okay. I will let.
Can I hear you say it?
Okay, Demian Rugna.
Oh,
Rugna.
Rugna.
It's
I
hard.
can
It's
roll
hard.
my R's.
What about you, Ara? Come on, go ahead. Rugna.
Rugna.
Yeah, he's
Great.
good too.
Yeah, it's almost kind of I got the R's down because I've studied like Spanish and a bunch of other languages, so they
Right.
use the R.
I worked in
Well,
kitchens.
you're gonna know my English is not good, so
That's
I
okay.
forgive you.
I have a lot
Yeah.
of friends all over the world. You're doing great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you speak better English than half the people who comment on my videos. So, all right. Well, my wife was supposed to be here to assist me, but she is unfortunately at work. But there she is in the comments showing support. So, hello to my wife. All right. So, we also have on the show Alex from Beyond the Void Horror Podcast, who begged on his hands and knees because he wanted to talk to you so bad. So
We
I
both
was
are
like,
big fans, so we
Yes.
both we did an episode on our podcast, on my podcast, of Terrified, and we both found out that we both were just absolutely in love with the movie. So we kind of have this bond now over that movie.
That's actually how we met. That was the first time
Yep.
Alex and I ever met, was to discuss Terrified on his
Oh, great.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I'm glad to that. Training people making horror.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, okay, so let's start this off with When Evil Lurks, since that's your new movie. This is coming to Shudder on the 27th. It was in theaters for the last month, but what's been happening, unfortunately, I'm sure you've heard about this. I actually had people tell me that they drove, because obviously it's a limited run and it's only at so many theaters. So I actually had subscribers of mine who drove out to see this like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And by the time they got there, it had been canceled to make room for Taylor Swift. So they didn't get to see your movie, which is really frustrating to hear because, you know, they drove all the way out there for that showing and they were like, sorry, we canceled it. We made room for the Taylor Swift concert. Have you heard this at all? Because I've heard this from a few people.
Yeah. Actually, I heard my dog barfing.
Yeah, we did too.
Perfect
No.
timing.
At the same time. I guess you've been talking about the theatrical release, and there's a lot of people didn't get in the theater, so they have a chance to watch the movie in Shudder.
Yeah.
But obviously, I guess we had a really good release in 670 theaters.
Nice.
On the
Nice.
state, which obviously we are not the Exorcist. This is not with a lot of promotion. That's what I trying to say. Look,
No,
you
you're
can
back.
hear my dog.
Yeah, we hear him. It
He's
adds
got the
to
evil
the
in him.
ambiance.
My wife is not here. She usually, when I have my Zooms,
Yeah.
she run my dog through my garden, trying to get rid of him because he's crying all the time. It's an asshole. But
It's
yes,
okay.
we receive a lot of good feedback from the audience who went to the theaters, and even when I been in Santa Monica for a Q&A, I found a guy called James Cameron in the theater watching my movie, which was incredible.
Wow.
James Cameron, director of Titanic and Avatar. James Cameron.
Yeah, no, I guess James Cameron, the director of Aliens and Terminator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there, even better. There you go.
Hey, that's
yeah. Okay. Wow.
I chose your movie over The Exorcist because I knew. I was like, I'm gonna go see When Evil Lurks.
I saw them
Okay,
both the same night.
I will let you think about the next question. Meanwhile, I will
Okay.
get rid of
Okay.
this dog.
Yeah.
Come in a while.
No
All
worries.
right. I better not hear a gunshot. He muted the
Yeah, this
mic
isn't
for
one
that.
of his movies. I don't.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it would be a child or something. You know. It would be...
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. No gunshot. Good. Okay. So I guess my so after having watched the movie, which I think is just phenomenal, by the way, I love both Terrified and this. I think they're both just phenomenal films, and genuinely think you're one of the best directors working currently.
Thank
Um,
you.
so no, thank you for real. Like going to the theater to see something like this is a treat because
Yep.
you know, American cinema especially, it just never goes there, right? And your films always go there for me. And the way you set up scares, it's like you know your audience knows, and then you taunt and toy with them, and it's masterful. So I do want to sing your praises for a second because I am kind of starstruck a little bit right now to talk to you because I think you're so freaking fantastic. But I guess my main question when it comes to this film in particular, When Evil Lurks, is do you have any plans to make another movie set within this universe?
Uh, actually, not, because I wrote it, and I never thought uh, for a sequel. But obviously, if people love the movie, give me another perspective. If the people ask for the sequel or prequel or whatever, um, I guess I could take part of that. I could say, yeah, why not? But actually, as it happened with the Terrified original movie, uh, I never thought for a sequel. But probably with my first and third movie, I always thought in a sequel. Meanwhile, I've been writing the script, and those movie was a fail. So probably instinctively, when I wrote till now, I will never thought in a sequel.
Yeah.
But the studio AMC Shudder one to explore and explode this universe. So let's see if I will part of my own universe or I will watch it how an asshole made a shit movie of this movie.
Do you think that Terrified and When Evil Lurks could be set in the same universe?
No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, it's separate universe.
Okay.
But both movies, the people need a sequel and ask for sequel. I never thought to make a sequel just after to release the movie,
Yeah.
because when I saw the success of Terrified, I said, well, okay, we need a sequel. And now when I saw the success of Whenever Lerg, I saw the same.
Yeah.
Okay, we need a sequel. But sometimes uh, one thing is what I want, and
Yeah.
another thing is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Uh, Probably there's gonna be more of this movie. I don't know if it's a sequel. I don't know if it's a remake. I don't know if it's a series. I don't really know. I'm just enjoying this moment and see what happens and see the offers. And see if I'll be part of the offers. I'll be part of this universe. I'm. I'll be fine. I'll be happy.
You know, I had actually heard that you were
attached.
in talks with Guillermo del Toro, who, after seeing Terrified, said, "Hey, let's do a remake or something like that." Is that what you're talking about? You're not sure if it's going to be a remake or a sequel or something?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of studios which are asking for the right of this movie. I'm not the owner of the rights of this movie,
Oh
which
no.
mean I don't know what's going to happen.
Mm,
I don't want to make this movie as a remake.
I don't
As
blame
me as
you.
a director, but probably if I don't know, I need to just a couple of months more to know what's going to happen with the movie for real.
Well, you seem like you don't really run out of ideas, because a lot of these movies are really layered and just like a lot of different meanings, and a lot of the moments in the film are very specific to what you want to say, of this overall kind of narrative. It may not be demons or ghosts or dimensions, but it's something else, and it's like you have two stories going on at the same time. So
Yeah, for me, this movie is well, I is what I said with my actor with Ezequiel Rodriguez, which plays the role of Pedro. For me, this movie is the path, the way of the father who is trying to escape from his own demon. At the same time, he's escaping for the real demons, and the struggle in for himself is as the same as the struggle against the demons. And that's why I feel it's probably it works in some levels, and obvious for another hand, I guess I have the I got the chance to be free, to have the freedom to make this movie and to put everything not as the way as explicit way. I mean, if I shoot this movie with the studio with for a wider audience, I need to tell everything to the audience in a dialogue, or
yeah,
to be explicit to the explanation. Um, the way we made the movie is almost an independent movie because I'm the real author, and I got the freedom to shoot the movie and to write the movie as I thought it'd be convenient for the audience. And this is a good point for audience and even as me as director.
I think Jason and I both appreciate that
Thank
more
you.
than a studio movie, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Like a big
Yeah,
one, you
thank
know.
you for Shudder. Shudder support us. Shudder said, "Go ahead." We as producer in Argentina, were afraid once we delivered the script to Shudder. We were expecting to Shudder said, "Yeah, okay, but this no, and this another thing no, it's too much." No, no, they give us all the freedom and the
Nice.
responsibility for the results.
Yeah. So now you have other films that you've made as well on your IMDb. Anyway, I've noticed. I haven't seen them, um, but you have interests in other things but horror, right? Like if you were to make other films in the future, I'm sure you will. I hope you will. But are you going to pivot away from horror at any point? Are you going to stick with horror for a while? Do you have a plan? Do you know what you're making next?
Well, the I'm pushing a couple of projects, horror projects. I have two or three movies, horror movies, but I love the black humor. I love the black comedies.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Actually, I have a black comedy that I shoot just before Terrified, and for me, I used to say the same. For me, it's my best movie. But black comedy is not for all wider audience or all different countries. I guess the humor probably don't give don't give me or don't give to the directors same opportunities than a horror movie. For me, horror movie is more universal uh, than a comedy, much
Yeah.
more on a black comedy. But I love the black comedy um, because for me, at the deep of the deep of the horror movies is a black comedy because I enjoy to make the audience make a joke. For me, give you a jump scare or a big traumatic moment. For me, it's a joke that I'm making with you. That's why I love the humor in the movies.
Well, for
Terrified
someone
seems a
who,
little bit more,
Yeah,
a little bit more funny than I think than When Evil Lurks probably.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
Because Funes, the character Funes, is very funny. So
yeah,
he's like the audience. I always think of him as like the audience member that's going through the ringer, so to
yeah,
speak.
yeah. For someone who likes comedy, When Evil Lurks is void of all comedy.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of laughed a little bit because I was like, "Whoa!"
I laughed at the audience reaction, which was one other guy with me. Unfortunately, I've been putting the word out, and so is Alex, and so is everyone I know to try to get people. I have a lot of people waiting to watch this on the 27th. So they're excited. They just couldn't get to this in theater, but yeah, I mean, there are moments that are just so messed up that you can't help but laugh because you just don't know what else to do. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that just happened. Okay, and you just laugh. So
like you
in
need
that
to
way,
laugh.
it's funny, yeah. um, so, yeah. What? So, do you think that? Um, would you consider your style of horror like what would you classify it as like a subgenre of horror? Because I think a lot of people would watch your movies and kind of immediately just label them as like shock horror or something. And I just think it's so much deeper and richer than that that I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like that's an insult to your film.
Thank you. I guess it's not a shock movie as I don't know Hostel or I don't know. It's not the same style of movie. I guess the gore and the shock moment are pushing uh, the script, pushing the story. This is not for free. This is what happened is not free uh, um, scenes. And the subgenre, I love the idea that you cannot classify it
Okay.
because when the movie release, obviously, you need to find what kind of subgenre it has. Possession movie, yes, it's a possession movie, probably yes, but I don't know when I write if I'm trying to set up the subgenre first. I mean, I know that I wanted to make an exorcism movie, but I killed the exorcist
Opening.
in
Yeah.
minute 5,
Yeah.
and explore what happened if you have a possessed guy without chance to be exorcised. Probably I don't know. It's an unexorcised subgenre, non-exorcism subgenre could be this movie.
Yeah.
But yes, I don't know. I love the idea that you get some difficult to classify it because I'm all the time trying to think something fresh in the movies that I wrote. And this is my goal. This is my because I'm horror fan. So I mean, I want to sit in my chair and watch a movie and do not know what I'm watching. Do not know what is going to happen in the next 5 minutes and the next another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know,
One
but
thing I noticed. Sorry, I was gonna say one thing I noticed that you do in your films that a lot of like America doesn't want to do. It's like a no-no. Is the
Kids.
kids. And I think that's one of the most terrifying things is to include them, because it's a deep feeling not to want a child to be hurt or scared or whatever. So it instantly just clicks, and it's like, oh my God, like, I don't know. You do a really great job at that. And I appreciate it, because nobody out here wants to do it. Like, they're afraid to.
Yeah. We love that you hate kids so much.
Yeah, but you notice that?
Oh, we like it.
You notice that I hate the children?
Yeah, I mean,
too hard to work with the children, but no, that's the regulation with the children. I mean, they usually ask for how is to work with the children, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. For me, the worst part is to comply the regulation for work with the children, because they are working for you. You cannot give them something violent. They just work a couple of hours per day, just 3 days per week. So it make all the regulation with the kids make almost impossible to make a horror movie with them. And well, we try to avoid the regulation, but at the same time we try to make it that it happen with a lot of work. My team works a lot with the regulation for the kids, and the kids obviously is hard. They lost the concentration, but you just kick them and they start again to work.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now. I get it now. So you're filming the movie. You're trying to adhere to the regulations. The kids are pissing you off, so you kill them off. I get
writes
it now.
them in, yeah.
He's like, you weren't supposed to die, but you're dying today.
Well, something similar happened when the kids die in the movie. We said, okay, yeah, he died. Oh, okay, one less, because not for the kids, for the regulation. I mean,
Right, sure.
sure.
Something I notice about that I really like about some of your work is that you take the time to build that moment. And one of my favorite scenes in both of your movies is particularly is Terrified, with the child and the kitchen.
Yes.
I've never seen
my favorite scene,
ever in a movie that someone for 20 minutes, that elephant is in the room, they say, the elephant in the room, they say that it's just wide out in the open, almost in daylight. And it's one of the most terrifying things when that glass gets knocked over of milk or whatever. And I just love how much time and you build the story and create that scare to hit for that exact moment. Nobody does that. Like, not many people do that well, at least.
Thank you so much. I'm proud that scene works. But it's weird because I had the script of Terrified during 8 years trying to find a producer to make it. 9 producers read the script, and nobody there to make that movie. And all the time when I share the script with a new producer, I sit on my desk to read the script, because if the previous producer said no, it's because this script is shit. So I sit down in my chair and I read the script again, and the 9 times that I made the same, I never changed anything in the script, just the correction, the orthography and grammatical correction, nothing more. But okay, it's weird. I was completely convinced that this is the script, but it is. But at the same time, this is not the producer. But well, I guess it's a story of a lot of directors who made a a good movie, but it cost a lot of time to convince producer to make it. But thank you, I'm proud because after a lot of years, still the fans bring me the same thing. So I'm very proud.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
I'm curious on something. So did you watch the movie Smile?
No,
No, but I'm
no,
sure you've
but
heard
I
the
saw the
comparison.
trailer. Probably, you are talking about the head.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's weird because as an I've been talking with the trailer director. I mean, the guy who made the trailer of the movie.
Parker
Um,
Finn. All right. Which movie?
and
Smile.
the smile, yeah.
Yeah, Parker. Parker Finn. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it was Patricio Holter. And he told me we made it a first trailer and it doesn't work. And finally, we made a trailer with the head in the car,
Yeah.
and the movie sells because of this scene of this moment because in the trailer was really success. And I said, yeah, I know that scene. You owe me a lot of money. You producer owe me a lot of money.
It's
Yeah,
almost the
right?
exact same angle and everything, and
It's-
how
it's
they
a-
run up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I will use a lot of thing that works in my next movies without knowing. Probably, I don't know. Yeah. Well, you're welcome. I used to stole to another directors too. So for me, I feel proud of that.
What's going on with your camera, Alex?
I don't know, that's what I was wondering.
What is
Oh.
happening? Okay. His freaking camera's got a heartbeat or
It's a
something.
new
I don't know
thing. If
what
I
that
put my
was.
hand up, it recognizes it, so it tries to track it.
I don't know. So yeah, I mean, this happens throughout this, all movies, right? I mean, there's always homages to stuff. I remember it was freaking. Whoa, why am I blanking on his name right now? The director of Black Swan,
Yeah.
Darren
Yeah.
Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky, thank you. He like bought all the rights to like Perfect Blue just to like recreate a shot from the movie, which was just like an overhead shot of someone in a bathtub or something. And it's like that was overkill for me. Like you don't need to go to that length, but I do think that like something like your shot being used in a big movie like Smile, it would have been nice because you didn't get any recognition from that from the studios or from like the director like hitting you up on Twitter like my homage to Demian. Nothing.
No. Just the audience. Just the audience recognize
Yeah.
the inspiration of the director. I guess I don't know, but it's that thing happens constantly or not. Even whenever Lurks, when I've been in Fantastic Fest, the first question that came me was, "This is I don't know how to say in English the word, but
Plagiarism.
homenaje."
Stealing your stuff. Is that
No,
right?
actually no.
No. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think when you use the
An
theme,
homage.
Reminiscent?
reminiscent. Okay,
An
but
homage, I think, is what you're trying to say.
homage,
Yeah,
homage,
homage.
Homage.
Yeah.
homage. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
You use the last thing of whenever Lurk as a homage of the fog.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because it's the similar ending. I mean, the last shoot of that's it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Probably I stole that movie, but it was unconscious.
Sure.
It was
Yeah.
because I need that scene in my movie, but it wasn't with conscience. Even I'm trying to avoid to copy movies. as you see, all my filmography is used to trying to give something fresh. But I don't know, thing happens, and consciously or not, I'm proud about the audience to recognize probably a similar situation.
I mean, we're all inspired by other artists. I mean, it's
Yeah.
why we do what we do, right? I'm sure you have tons of inspiration from directors you love, and it's hard not to take something from them. I mean, we can't be wholly original. We're always going to get some inspiration from somewhere. I just found that scene to be like identical, so it's a little different when it's like shot for shot. It kind of, like the scene in Mario Bava's Shock that is then like reproduced in Annabelle, right? Where it's like, okay, this is like exactly the same thing. So I don't know. It is what it is. I just thought I'd ask you about it because I'm sure you'd already been asked about it, but it's always been on my mind. Like,
I feel like if it's an older movie, though, like if it's an older movie and a newer movie, it's a little more forgivable. When they're a year apart, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well,
So-
let me know. Let me know if you find a woman in a movie with the axe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and on her own face.
Because now I have a lawyer. So,
My girlfriend,
You're like-
by the way, when she saw that scene, was like, "Oh my god!" As loud as she could in the theater. So like everybody was like, "Oh."
That actually poses a good question. So obviously you do use some CG in your films. Do you try your best to do everything as practical as possible and then add the CG as kind of like a gloss over, or like to just kind of like hide little things, or what are you? Because a lot of people are like practical only, always, no matter what. And obviously in Terrified there's some CGI, and in this movie there's a little as well. Not much, but it's there. What are your feelings on CG?
well, I have I used to make my movies with practical effect, just with a little enhancement of CG.
Okay.
VFX, no. In my movies, there's not CG, I guess. Just a couple of things. Even in Terrified, I try to when the 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 hand of the monster came through the crack in the wall,
Yeah.
and
For Dr. Albrecht.
yeah. We try to make it with a practical hand monster. Actually, we have the hand, but the articulation doesn't result as we want, and we recreate by CG.
Yeah.
But the point is, I'm trying all the time to make it practical. But for me to get better result is 80% practical and 20% CG. But just for enhancement, the practical, just for details or giving something organic that the practical doesn't have. And in this time, I thought, or no, I studied about to make the dog scene with that CG dog, but it was a risk. First, by one hand, it's because we don't have a lot of budget to make it well. I mean, even if we reach a really good CG dog, I guess the people gonna know it. It's a CG dog. It doesn't work.
Right.
And so the decision is for me to make it practical by two things. One is budget,
Yeah.
and another is because it's better to make it practical.
Yeah.
It's cheaper and it's better, but it's hard. It takes a lot of time, because for me it's easy. Okay, put the camera here, and next in post production, give me the dog or give me the monster.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's too much risk to push everything to post production.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you see the new Evil Dead movie?
Not
by
yet.
chance?
Not
Okay.
yet.
I don't want to say then. There's a particular scene that they use a lot of practical that it became so hard for them to do it because they were so staunch about like I have to do practical that it made it almost impossible to do the scene. So because they did that, it didn't look as real as they needed it to look in some ways. And some people
Okay.
complained about that. Even the director was like, "Yeah, I wish I could redo that if I could do that scene again." So, I guess it's a balance,
Yeah, it's a balance, and the balance is obviously you always could work in post production. Even you can erase the puppet and make it in CG.
Mhm.
But my experience is better 80% practical, 20% VFX.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are like okay? What age did you get into horror, and what are your like, films that inspired you the most?
Okay, I guess I was 8 or 9 years old
Okay.
because I start to make movie with my toys, but I don't have enough money to have a camera, so I use my eye,
Your eye.
changing the focus all the time and moving
Yeah.
around my toys. And my toy has guns because they are GI Show, and making those movie. Uh, I need to make it more real, to make it more realistic. And I bought I don't know how to say in English, but it's a paint for kids,
Oh,
Oh,
and I made my own blood,
oh, okay.
and I have a false blood, and I used to my I use it to my toys, to my GI Show.
Yeah.
So uh, playing with the blood give me my first experience to the horror movies. And then when I saw Friday 13 Part 3, I said yes, because I was really fan when I was a child of action movie as Rambo and Chuck Norris movies. When I saw Jason killing a guy, crashing the
Yeah.
head of this guy and the eyes
Rick. Yeah.
go through the camera, was wow. Wow, I need to see more of this, and the Jason movies came in my life, and then horror movies was for me. Even I have a horrible tattoo in my here in my arm. I don't know if I can share with you, but I made it when I was 15 years old with
Yeah.
my first salary. I only have two
I got it,
tattoos.
Jason.
Oh, no, but it's a good tattoo. My tattoo is horrible because it was my tattoo. The guy who made my tattoo was sick. Oh, nice one. Look at this. Look at this shit. Are you prepared for this shit?
it's more of a memory
No,
kind
I
of
don't.
thing,
Not
right?
sure. Is this gonna be the scariest thing you made?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the people who know my tattoo said, "No, make another tattoo over this tattoo. This is shit." I said, "No, no. I made this tattoo at 15 years old. There's no internet any place, and I made it because I found a week magazine, a little photograph of Jason. I made an amplification of this photo. It was horrible. Well, look,
Such a filmmaker. Such a filmmaker. Oh
It's
my
not that bad.
goodness.
it's horrible, but I
It's
love it.
horrible. What are you talking about?
For 15, I mean, that's pretty good.
I allow you to laugh.
Yeah,
Shit.
you
Thank you
can't
for sharing
redo
it.
that. You can't redo that. You got to keep that as a memory forever. You know what I mean?
I can make another one here, but
There
I
you
don't.
go. Or
I have
underneath it, like maybe every year, just
I have a really bad horror tattoo on my back, so I get you. I didn't draw it or anything, but I went to get a tattoo. Never get a tattoo from a crackhead, okay? That's just FYI to anyone out there. I didn't know he was at the time, but I was like, this isn't looking good. It's
think
supposed
that
to
goes
be the
without
cover
saying.
of Halloween, so I didn't know. He was limping into work, and I was like, found out later he was shooting up between the toes. So this is pretty awesome. So we both have tattoos we're not fond of. So something I am fond of, on the other hand, is physical media. Are you a physical media person? Do you collect movies on physical disc? Nope.
No,
Digital guy?
Just the gift. Just the gift. No, usually I don't have enough money in Argentina to buy Blu-rays, and now I got the chance to buy Blu-ray, but in life I never bought, so I'm not a collectionist of that. No,
Yeah,
not
me
not
neither.
like you.
Not me
Not
neither.
Yeah, his goes back all the way to the 70s. So if you
Yeah,
look there,
right.
there's a beta tape.
These are actually all VHS right here. Yeah, because obviously, like, are we getting When Evil Lurks? I would assume Shudder would be releasing it like they did with this one. Have they confirmed
Yeah.
that you're going to get a physical?
Yeah, I am betting to them to send me the copy, because they never send me a copy of Terrified Blu-ray. I don't have what you have in your hand. I don't
You
have
don't
my
have this?
no, I don't have any of my movie in Blu-ray. Yes,
What?
my first movie, but DVD. No, I don't have it. Never,
Send me
never.
your
seen it.
address. I'll give you a copy. I'll get you
Yeah,
a copy.
really.
I'm serious. We'll send you a copy.
Well, I hope they
Um,
bring When Evil Lurks too, because I got to have that one.
100%.
I
Yeah,
hope.
and I want to.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I hope that some of your older releases get some, some cover over here too, because I would like to see them. I haven't seen them.
my previous movies.
Yeah. Cursed
Okay,
Bastards, is that what it is?
You could reach my website called DemianRugna.com.
Okay.
DemianRugna.com. You will find my short movie, my previous movie. If you are a researcher and trying to understand it in Spanish, and you find links from YouTube, hidden links from YouTube in my website, and you could see the movie there. They have subtitles, so you can
That's
find
fine.
it. I guess it's more quick than some heroic platform or heroic distributor made the release of my previous movies.
For
There
everybody
you
who
go.
wants to get there, that's where it's at. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I
Now-
wanted to see Cursed Bastards because you said that was more of a comedy than
Yeah,
Terrified.
it's well, Ghostbuster is horror comedy, but it's a mix. You have a couple of it's a triptych, a horror movie, 3 stories who mix. 3 stories are different, but all explore horror movies, horror stories.
So I actually got to see Satanic Hispanics at a drive-in about a month ago, 3 weeks to a month ago. And it's funny, I didn't even go home to find out which one of the stories you directed. Which one was yours?
Mine was the guy of with the Rubik box.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
The
That makes
Argentinian
sense.
story, the first one, not the intro. The intro was made by Matt Mendes, and the first long story.
Yeah. So were you approached by them to make a short for that movie, or did you make a short and then they included it?
No. The Alejandro Brugues called me to be part of the project of the of Satanic Hispanic, and they said, okay, we we got the money. You made a short movie, made what you want, and all freedom for you. And I made that short. I made that piece. I was the last one who made the segment, and then we mix. But I no, they I'm from the beginning of the project, but they didn't know what I'm going to shoot all the time. I'm lying to all the directors, saying, yeah, I have the script, just wait for me, just wait for me. During a year, and at the last time, just when I end the whenever Lurks shooting, I shoot the short movie and I deliver it to
Oh,
them.
like
Yeah, it was
wow.
quick.
So you shot it after When Evil Lurks.
Yeah, after When Evil Lurks, even after 40 days of shooting When Evil Lurks, I went to my heads and I say, "Do you want to make a short movie after this one?" And they say, "What?" Yeah, I have 15 days to shoot that short movie. It was incredible because they said, "Yes, I mean, we should shoot it early after the shoot of When Evil Lurks."
Did you use any crossover from When Evil Lurks? Any sets or anything that you had at your disposal?
Just the main actor. I mean, no Pedro, the guy of mustache, Demian Salomon, who played the role of Jimmy. He's the main character of the short of the segment of
Yeah.
Satanic Hispanics. Obviously, all the crew, but no, there's no crossover.
So was he supposed to be that guy, or because you were working with him and he was there, you're like, hey, do you want to be this guy? Did
Uh, you mean the actor? You mean?
yeah, did you just have him on set with you on When Evil Lurks and you're like, hey, I got to shoot this in the next 15 days. You're here. You want to do this movie with me real quick?
Yeah. He's a big friend of mine.
Yeah.
Even he start to act when I start to shoot. So we start together in the year 2002. I mean 2002
Oh, wow.
with
Yeah.
my first short, and all my movies. He was there because he's a really good actor and he's a friend of mine. That's the good point.
Yeah. Alex?
I have a question, but I don't know if I should because
Oh, shut
I don't
up.
want to
Just ask
spoil
it.
anything. You know what I
Oh.
mean? It's like I'm
Spoilers for the
I
movie?
want to
No,
know.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
He kind of did say though, because it was for When Evil Lurks. You said that he was dealing with his demons, so it's like both forms, personal and. But I kept thinking, the future, like scared of the future kind of thing, like everything that was like building up to that.
Oh, right. This is Alex's theory about your movie.
Okay,
That-
and
Should I say it?
Yeah, go
I mean,
for
it's not
it,
that
man.
spoilerific, but I mean,
Yeah,
I just got
throw
the
it out.
vibe that everything you were saying in the movie was fear of technology, the youth, and like all the mistakes that you leave with your children. Everything that you've done wrong is given to your children. Because you said things like, evil children love evil, and and I don't know. It just seemed like it was like a older person's view of the future and how they're scared of the future, in a way.
yes, I guess you got right in some part. I feel in the deep we are. I'm suggesting all the time. At the end of the movie is just a picture of the moment that we are living around the world uh, with the fascism. I mean, the fascism and the way it communicate to the people, taking the next generations for the future, following a false leader, and I guess this is the metaphor of the evil, the metaphor
Sure.
of this 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 movie. But others is another layer of the
Mm.
movie. But yes, I guess for me, I guess there's a lot of fathers with a really bad luck, as was my father. I have the impression of my father was a really good guy with a lot of bad luck, who took or choose the wrong decisions of his life. And I guess this is exactly the kind of father of this movie, taking all the time the wrong decisions and pushing his own family to the abyss. And yeah, next generation technology, the fascism ideas in your head convince you make to choose the wrong decision that affect you and your people. I guess it's implicit in the movie.
Sure. Well, yeah, because he says, "I brought the evil to them," So
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, his mistakes carried over, and I was like, it has to be something like that, because I was sitting here for like a week after the movie, just like trying to figure it all out,
yeah.
I,
Everybody is asking me, but more even in the shooting, in the process of the shooting, what is the spoiler alert? What is the demon that actually born? And I said, yeah, probably is the guy who pushed the button in the next generation, the new Hitler, uh,
ah,
or probably is the guy who invent the reggaeton in the future. That will be worth.
You sure it wasn't the guy who gave you that tattoo?
that's great. So yeah, it's more of a
Well,
humanity thing then. So like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like us as a society, like, what are we breeding for the future?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so I'm gonna just look at a couple comments really quick, just to see what everyone's been saying. This guy wants to know if you know the director of Wreck. All right, I don't know if you're familiar with his work.
I don't know him. No, yeah, I
No,
know who he is,
yeah,
but I don't know him in person.
yeah, you personally, yeah, for sure. And then yeah, you would know when like your movie's coming to Australia or anything, right?
Yeah,
It's really more up to Shudder.
yeah, that's great. I don't know when, but I guess it's yearly because Australian people is put in touch today with me to
Yeah,
even interviews. Yeah, that's
I mean,
great.
David, they don't even send him copies of his own fucking
Yeah, I
movies.
was gonna say, yeah.
So you don't know. They're just like, thanks for the movie, bro. We'll release it however we want. Let's see here. Yeah, are you a fan of Mario Bava? Do you go that far back, or like, are you more of a modern horror fan, like from, let's say, the 80s and up, or are you more like classic horror from like the 30s to the 70s?
I love Mario Bava, but I guess I'm more from his son,
Yeah,
Lamberto
Ah,
Demon.
Lamberto.
Demon's
Hmm.
movie, more 80s movie for me. And I'm a guy of
demons.
demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80s movie, late 80s. I'm yeah, I grow up watching those kind of movies. Yeah, but I love Mario Bava. I love Dario Argento too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. So those would be like big inspirations for you then.
Uh, yeah, but for me, my more big inspiration was Sam Raimi,
Oh,
Peter
nice.
Jackson. Um,
Ah,
Hell
okay.
yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
That's probably why we
Huge.
like you so much.
Yeah.
Because I love
Well,
Peter Jackson. Dead Alive is one of my favorite
yeah,
movies.
that makes sense because they obviously both have like massive amounts of black comedy in their
Exactly. Yeah.
horror. Yeah.
Yeah,
Although
absolutely.
When Evil Lurks has none.
Well, you got the pacing of Argento, and then Lamberto Bava kind of goes over the top a little bit, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
because Demons and Demons 2 are pretty wild.
Yeah.
My wife is always okay. I have to bring this up because this is something we talk about all the time. She is like convinced that the dead kid at the table with the glass of milk and everything. She literally is convinced that is an actual dead body. And she brings it up all the time. She's like, "No, Jason, they used an actual child's corpse in that scene. It's too real. It freaks
That's
her
how
out."
far the hatred goes, you know.
Yeah, that's true. When I talked with Marcos Berta, who was the guy who made the effects and makeup for Terrified, he was really scared to have a kid quiet during, I don't know, 8 hours in the chair.
Yeah.
So he convinced me, he got right
To dig up
to
a
use
corpse.
something similar, to use a puppet, because he told me a dead boy is has the same expression and the same color as a puppet. So if I need to bring the real kid as a dead boy, I'm trying to make it as a puppet. So what about if we use a puppet for that scene? And
Yeah.
I say, yeah, I prefer a puppet than a little kid sitting in the
Kid in
table
makeup.
during 8 hours. Yeah.
Where is that? Do you own that? What happened to that puppet?
It's Mark, the designer, the artist who made it,
Yeah.
is the owner of the
He took
kit.
it.
But I need to give you the first crossover when the mother of Santino in Whenever Lurks, she threw I don't know how to say, but from the window,
Yeah.
the kid, the body was the body of the terrified kid.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
With other head. So we use the body of the terrified kid in Whenever Lurks.
Oh,
Just
wow.
for
That's
that moment.
that scene.
No, not for the
Oh, not that scene. The when they jump
brain.
out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
child-sized bag of
Wow,
chips.
that's cool. There you go. Little trivia, little Easter eggs for you to look out for. I'm going to be looking out for that next time. That's awesome. So he was brought back to set. That's phenomenal. I love that. I'm very excited to have asked you about that because my wife and I talk about that scene a lot, a lot.
I love how you put the little feet on the wall and up the ceiling
Oh, yeah.
on the front, and you kind of don't pay attention to it, but like you see
Yeah.
the actors kind of look at it a little bit. So it's kind of like, wait, why? What?
Very subtle horror. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I'm looking for questions, but it's honestly a lot of it is just kind of like singing your praises, like I had said, like people just being like, "You're the best, you're awesome," you know, whatever. No, just that's awesome.
I have the best tattoo of Jason Morgan in your life,
Ever.
please.
Ever. They've all
Just-
voted, and yours is way better than mine.
Just keep-
Yeah.
I think just keep doing the winning combination, which is you writing, you directing. I think that's the winning
This is
combination. Do you think you'd ever direct somebody else's writing? Do you think?
I try to involve in project without writing, but it was too hard for me
Yeah.
because I realized that I need to write my own stuff. It's my style and it's the best. Yeah, and it's the better for me. It's I guess I'm the best director of the world for my own
Sure.
script.
Yeah.
And for other script, I'm the worst director in the world.
Yeah.
Where do you study film? I studied no actually a film academy. I studied at university, but it was specifying video and sound and video is hard to define, but no, actually to film study is for multimedia things.
Interesting.
Cool. Cool. And this one's probably too hard to answer off the top of your head, unless you already got it loaded in the chamber, ready to go.
Yeah, it's hard, but because for me the number one is The Exorcist, and
Oh wow.
it's the number one for me. And then after The Exorcist, there's 100 movie for
Sure.
me. Could be
Right.
in two and three. I could say two. I don't know. The Lost Boys for me.
Oh wow. Okay.
Evil Dead two. But I guess there's a lot.
There's a lot.
100. 100.
Yeah. 100. You got a minute? Let me name them all.
So the next movie is going to be a vampire movie.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wrote a black comedy with vampires.
Oh.
Just a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And I couldn't read the financial, but probably after when we learned, probably
Yeah.
it came. But I don't know if you want a black comedy from me. You need a horror movie from me, I guess.
We'll take whatever we can get.
Yeah, I'm open to it.
Yeah, for sure. So, if you're a big fan of The Exorcist, did you see The Exorcist Believer, and are you a fan of any of the Exorcist sequels at all?
The three movies that you asked me if I saw it, I said no. I didn't see it with the Exorcist. I didn't see the Smile. I didn't see Evil Death because a mosquito. Because I don't have the last month. I don't have enough time for the release of this movie and festival. I've been
Of course.
for 40 days roaming around the world with the movie, and when I sit, I said no, I don't want to watch a movie. But yes, it's in my list. I hope to find time to watch it.
Yeah. Cool. Did you like Exorcist 3? Because most people love Exorcist 3.
Yeah, I love Exorcist 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So did
It's 'cause of
Jeffrey
Blatty.
Dahmer. As we
Yeah.
learned in that.
And
new
I have a lot of. I want to watch again the Exorcist 2 because I watched it when I was a child.
It's a
And
bizarre movie.
yeah, but that's what I want to see.
It's a trip. It's a trip. All right, last one here. What do you think of modern horror, like Hereditary, Mike Flanagan, stuff like that? Are you a fan of any modern directors that you think are like the premier? Like who's your go-to modern director? Somebody who's only made maybe a few films in the last like 5 to 10 years in the genre,
And the channel.
besides
I
yourself.
I don't. No, I don't really know, but I love Ari Aster movies.
Yeah,
me
I
too.
love it a lot. For me, in the last years, I guess the Korean movie was my best decision to watch. Um, no, I don't have a director for horror movie in to say okay, this is a Tarantino for me. I mean, for the best director for me is Tarantino.
My favorite
I
actor.
can find what I found in the 80s or early 90s as Cronenberg. And
Yeah.
now, actually, probably I'm older now, but I guess Ari Aster was Flanagan too. They are incredible directors, and I'm not a huge fan of the new wave, but I enjoy a lot the new wave.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think there's a lot of great stuff now, and I think there's a lot of great stuff from before too. I mean, I love the way horror is going currently, but yeah, I mean, I see why people don't like it, I guess, but I think it's as good as it's ever been personally. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I had one more thing I was just gonna say, but I'm completely spacing on it now. Oh well, it is what it is. So that's anything more, Alex? I don't want to take too much of Demian's time. He doesn't even
When
have
is
time to watch his
Hispanics,
own movies.
Satanic Hispanics, when is that coming to VOD? Does anybody know? Just so they know. I know
Oh,
27th is the When Evil Lurks on Shudder, but where is...
I suppose I must to know it because I received a lot of emails informing that. But
Yeah.
I now I'm connected with Evil Lurks, and it make me work a lot. So
Yeah,
I
true.
don't know really, but
That's
it's
okay.
about to release. Yes.
Soon,
Yeah.
hopefully. Yeah, I want to see it myself. So,
Yeah.
well,
You
thank
have
you
to
for
see it.
having me.
Yeah.
By the way, both of you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on and spending a full hour with us.
Yeah,
I really
that's a lot.
appreciate that. Yeah. And thanks to your dog for coming on as well. He was great.
Yeah. Well, wow. Hey, hello.
There he is.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, what's going on? Now I want to get my dog. Where's my dog? He ran away. He
Kinda
was
looks
at
like
my
your
he was
dog.
at my side this whole damn time. But I guess he's
So I appreciate for your support, for your audience support,
Thank
and
you.
you know,
Yeah.
27 in Shudder, the film gonna release. I hope enjoy as if they can, and I hope to see you soon in another movie probably.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So
We look forward
always
to it.
have
Thank you so much.
You always have an open invitation here, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on, and
Thank you.
We'll talk to you next time. All right. Now, adios, everybody.
See ya.